Hi, I am Beaver Buddy. What if a train could only move when someone sang to it? At the end of this story, you will find a moral that you will never forget. Deep in the Valley of Whistles, there lived a rusted little train named Tuno. Unlike any other, he had no engine. He ran on melodies and magic. No track could hold him unless a song filled the air. Every time a child hummed, Tuno would awaken, his wheels glowing with soft green sparks. Tuno had only one friend, a quiet girl named Meli, who couldn't speak, but oh, how she could whistle. Her tunes made flowers bloom. Meli and Tuno journeyed through glowing forests and skies filled with floating lanterns. With every whistle, a new door opened to the unknown. They visited a canyon made of paper cranes and a waterfall that sang lullabies. The world danced when Tuno rolled, powered by music and joy. One afternoon, they reached a bridge made of feathers. But the wind was fierce, and Meli's whistle couldn't hold the rhythm. Tuno began to slow. "Don't stop!" Meli whistled harder, her cheeks puffed and red. But the notes broke like cracked glass. The bridge trembled and creaked. Tuno teetered on the edge, his front wheels dangling over an abyss filled with spinning clocks and backwards time. With a desperate tune, Meli gave one last whistle, and the bridge held. They crossed. But something had changed. Tuno's glow faded. That night, Meli slept inside the train. When dawn came, Tuno wouldn't wake. No matter the sound, no matter the song, he stayed still. Meli's eyes filled with tears. She played the ocarina her mother gave her, a song of dreams, but Tuno didn't budge. A shadow emerged from the mist, a boy with bright orange hair and a coat of wind. "I'm Leo," he said. "I fix broken songs." Leo didn't carry tools. He carried silence. He asked Meli to stop whistling, to let the music rest. The train needs a different kind of melody. They sat beside Tuno, not singing, not speaking. Only the wind spoke, and the birds, and the grass. For hours, then days. Then Leo pulled out a mirror. "Look," he said. Meli saw her reflection, and behind her, all the songs she'd ever made dancing in the air. "Your music has grown heavy," Leo said gently. "You're not singing joy anymore. You're singing fear." Meli blinked. The truth hit her heart like thunder. She had been whistling to survive, not to dream. Her notes had lost their wings. Slowly, she placed the ocarina down. She closed her eyes, and for the first time in weeks, she let herself breathe. Then she smiled. Just a little. A note escaped her lips, light as a feather, honest as dawn. It wasn't perfect, but it was hers. Tuno stirred. A faint hum rang from his wheels. The grass around him shimmered. One small gear clicked into place. Meli opened her eyes, stunned. The wind picked up, and Leo stood, his coat fluttering like a flag. "Now he hears you," he said. She whistled again, not louder, just freer. Tuno rumbled, his body glowing gold this time, not green. He was changing. With a joyful puff, the train lifted. Not rolled. Lifted! He rose like a balloon, drifting into the air, powered by truth and laughter. The sky opened like a curtain, revealing a world of floating paths and stars with faces. Meli clapped her hands in wonder. "You've entered the realm of real songs," said Leo. "Here, music shapes the road, but only when it's real." Tuno flew across cloud rails, through archways of echoing sound. Meli and Leo laughed as notes painted their trail. But then, Leo's image faded. "Time for me to go," he said. "I only fix broken songs. Yours is flying now." Meli waved goodbye as Tuno soared higher, leaving behind the Valley of Whistles and heading toward the melodies yet unwritten. The stars twinkled a lullaby, and the wind carried Meli's pure whistle into forever. Tuno's light would never fade again. Moral: when you create from fear, even beauty loses its wings. But when your heart is honest, your voice can lift the world. See you soon with more magical adventures, wonderful places, and heartwarming tales with Beaver Buddy.